first part of our practice. Today we are doing P5 Maha Bodhi EOY paper. Okay, so let's just wait. Okay, hello. Hello, Yaya Papaya. Wow, what a long name. Okay, so yes, right, we are doing P5 EOY paper. Okay, let me write down what we are doing today. Okay, yeah, Papaya has already given us the first answer to question number 1. Right. Number 2, okay. Okay, so yes, right. Question number 1. Okay, let's look at this together. Let me zoom in. Ben, blank my sister talked to just now is my classmate. Okay, yeah, Papaya picked 2. Is there a reason why you picked number 2 as answer, right? So if you look at this, okay, sorry, let me edit. Hamburger rule, yes, very well done. So you remember the hamburger rule, right? So when there is a hamburger rule, right? Noun, whom. Okay, very well done. Okay, whom my sister talked to just now. Hello, Clarissa. Oh, you got to go. Okay, no worries. Okay, so this is question number 1. Ben, whom my sister talked to just now, is my classmate. Okay, let's go on to question number 2. Question 2. Okay, bye-bye, Clarissa. You hardly buy souvenirs when you travel overseas. Blank you. Okay, so this is actually a little more tricky. Thank you, Yaya Papaya, for pointing out that it's question tag. Okay, question tag. So you are definitely paying attention in class, right? Do you remember the hamburger rule question tag? Very good. So you look at this, you see hardly. Hardly is negative, right? So we have to look at a positive form over here. Okay, so I see that someone said answer is do. Yes. Okay, the answer is number 1. Do you? Okay, hardly means that you do not really. You do not really buy souvenirs, right? So hardly. So since this is do not, here has to be do. Okay, so that will be the answer. Okay, some of the students will actually get tricked and they will actually put don't, which is wrong. Okay, so take note not to put negative forms over here, right? And this is in present tense, so we definitely cannot choose number 2. Okay, question 3. Okay, let's look at question 3 here. Peter and Gopal have practiced hard for the competition, but blank of them won a prize. There's this but over here, right? When there's a but, we see a contrast. Contrast means that it's an opposite effect, right, of what you expected. Brother, oh, neither, yes. Okay, so for question number 3, take note, there's a contrast. So this is what you work hard for it, right? However, the effect is the opposite effect. Okay, opposite effect. When you see a contrast, you have to take note that there's an opposite effect, so it cannot be both. Okay, it cannot be either as well. Cannot be each. The only appropriate answer is neither. Okay. Wow, okay, already doing question number 4. Very fast. Right, so after blank efforts, Sarah succeeded in baking macarons. Okay, this is macarons, it's spelled wrongly. And over here, after blank effort, right? So I see that the answer is many. So for this case, effort, is it countable or uncountable? Let's look at this first. Is it countable or uncountable? Is it countable or is it uncountable? Okay, you need a lot of effort, right, to succeed. Yes, it's uncountable. Yes, so take note. Effort is uncountable. That is why we cannot use many, right? Or we cannot use several. No, sorry, we cannot use few. Okay, few and many is for countable. Okay, there's a few of those. You cannot say after a few effort. You can't count effort. So the answer is much effort. Okay, because succeed means a lot. Moving on to question 5. Worried about his mother, Wei Ming could not fall asleep, blank being tired. He is tired, but he could not fall asleep. Again, this is opposite effect. So we need to find a contrasting word, right? We need to look for a contrasting word. Okay, despite being tired, yes. Okay, so since there's an opposite effect, right? So it is despite being tired. Is there another class after this? After this, there may be another life, right? Mimosa, there may be another life. Okay, however, there will definitely be live every day this week, so you can stay tuned. Okay, let's go on to question number 6. Is it Teacher Mitsuko? Yes, it should be Teacher Mitsuko for the later lives. Okay, Mimosa, if you want to join her lesson later on, right, just remember to follow us so that you can get a notification when we are live. Okay, let's look at question number 6. What time? For that, I have to check with you later on. You can actually look at our TikTok page. Right, our TikTok page has the live schedule, so you can refer to it. Okay, on what time and which day. Okay, question 6. Not realizing that mother blank her lost earring, he continued to search through the garden. Okay, question number 6. Someone says has found. This interesting emoji. Creamy toast. Okay, has found. Is everyone answer for question number 6 has found? Okay, Kit Kat says 4. 4 is had found. Yes. Okay, so Kit Kat is correct in this case. Right, for question number 6, its answer is had found. Why do we use the past perfect? Okay, because Mark continued to search through the garden. Right? So we use the past perfect tense over here because there's already a past tense that is present in the question over here. Okay, question 7. Susan as well as her twin brothers. This one, right, take note. Okay, this question, very, very commonly tested in PSLE. This is a distractor. Extra, right? A distractor. We ignore it. Okay, so the blank, we only focus on Susan. Okay, since we only focus on Susan, therefore, right, you see every Sunday. Every Sunday, right? So yes, okay, Kit Kat and Yaya Papaya, very well done. Take note, this is present. Okay, it occurs every week, so it's present tense. Okay, so cycles. Question 7 is cycles. Okay, since Susan is singular, we use cycles. Okay, very good. Moving on to the next question. Sally passed the funfair tickets to my brother and this is also another question that is very commonly tested. Okay, so take note of this, right? My brother and This is actually also an additional information, a distractor, what we call it, a distractor. Okay, a distractor. This is also a distractor. Okay, so since they are distractors, right, you have to take note that we can ignore this. Okay, so Sally passed the funfair tickets to me, my, mine, I. Right, so now it makes more sense on what answer it would be. Okay, is it I, me, my, or mine? For question number 8. Okay, for question number 8. Question 8, any answer? Right? So since it's a distractor, so Sally passed the funfair tickets to me, right? So the answer can only be number 2, to me. Okay, it's definitely not the rest of these as they do not fit the sentence, right? So it will be to my brother and me. It's not my brother and I. Okay, so this is very commonly tested question as well. I hope you can get the mark in the exam. Okay, next question. Question number 9. Jane saw her father blank a rest in his room. Okay, she saw her father blank a rest in his room. Okay, saw a rest in his room. Okay, Yaya Papaya says number 4. Yes, taking a rest in his room is correct. Okay, ongoing, right? He's taking a rest. It's not took a rest because that will be a past tense of him after he finally got a good rest, right? So the answer can only be number 4. Question 10. Peter searched blank the stack of papers on his desk to look for his English homework. Okay, stack of papers. Question 10. Searching. Aisha. Hello, Aisha says 1. In the stack of papers. Can you search inside a paper? He's looking for his English homework, right? And there's a big stack. Okay, so you have to search through the stack of paper. Yes, Kit Kat, that is correct. Okay, search through the stack of papers. That will be correct. Now let's go on to section B. Okay, information about the upcoming coding competition has just been blank on the school's website. Okay, school's website. Okay, I see a couple of answers for question 11. Distributed. Are you sure it's distributed? Okay, Jake. Wow, it's a lot of Jake over here. 2. Everyone says it's 2. Yes. Is your username is the Jake from Enhypen? Right? There's so many Jake. Okay, Yaya Papaya and Kit Kat also says 2. Very good. Okay, published on the website. You published something on the website, right? Yes, I see. Okay, your profile picture is a very interesting little brat. Right? So you can see that printed on the website is definitely wrong because usually you print things on a surface or a paper, right? And you broadcast through the school speakers, right? So that is definitely wrong. Or you broadcast in a channel, right? Distributing is also wrong because you distribute the papers, the flyers, the worksheets, right? Let's go on to question 12. Okay, the spectators all cheered when the last runner blanked across the finishing line despite the excruciating pain from a fall. Okay, when the last runner blank across the finishing line. Take note, this is last runner. Excruciating pain from a fall. In a very pain, right? Excruciating pain is very pain. So it means that the way he's running, right, it definitely is a bit slower. And how he runs through the finishing line? Okay, yes, number 3 is correct. Staggered across. Okay, staggered. Definitely not strolling. Strolling is very relaxed. You just stroll slowly. But he's actually in a competition, so he's trying his best. However, he's in pain. Okay? So, let's go on to question number 13. Man Ting had blanked such a good performance that she was chosen again to perform next year. Okay? So, she had blanked such a good performance that she was chosen again to perform next year. Okay, so what is your answer over here? Right, I see answer number 2, put on such a good performance. Right, you definitely cannot put in a good performance. So, putting off is postponing. Okay, so yes, she performed, right, really well, put on a good performance. So this is phrasal verbs, right? Take note. They have specific meanings. Right, phrasal verbs. They have different specific meanings catered to different type of words. Right, as you can see, put on, put off, put away, they all have very, very different meanings. Oh, sorry, what is sauntered? Very good question, right, Kit Kat? What does sauntering mean? Right, so sauntered actually mean that it's a way of walking in a very slow and relaxed manner, okay? So let's say that it's similar to strolling, okay? Walking in a relaxed manner. Okay, it's just similar to strolling. Shouldering choco milkshake. What shouldering? Okay, sorry, I forgot to go through the other two. Let me just quickly run through these two words as well. Right, scampering. What does scampering mean? Right, scamper, we usually see this in cartoons actually. Right, it's like scampered away, run in light quick steps. If you watch Tom and Jerry, right, you can see that they are always scampering. Run in light quick steps. Scurry away. Oh, you are looking at the next question. Okay, chocolate milkshake. David ended up blank the blame for the mistake as no one else would step forward to tell the truth. Okay, chocolate milkshake has already gave the answer for question 14. Anyone else wants to try answering question 14 or any different answers, or your answer is all in agreement to shouldering? Okay, we definitely know that you cannot keep a blame, right? And you admit to a mistake. Okay, so admitting is wrong. Passing the blame. Kit Kat. We do not pass the blame because he didn't pass it to anyone, right? He didn't push the blame to anyone else. Okay, so he actually shoulder the blame. Right? It means that he carries the blame on himself because no one would step forward to tell the truth. So he would just accept that he's being blamed for doing something. Okay, so sometimes maybe if you have siblings at home and your parents would scold you, and then you have to shoulder the blame even though your sibling was the one at fault, right? So this is how we use shouldering the blame, right? It means that you take the blame for them. Okay, we look at question 15. Question 15. All the boys ran off after breaking the fan, leaving Dave to blank. Okay, Jake says 1. Face the music. Any more answers for question 15? Okay, Kit Kat also says 1. Oh, so Kit Kat was answering for the question 15. I see. Okay, yes. Okay, so we know that this is an idiom, right? It means to take the scolding, right? Okay, get scolded or lectured. Okay, usually after you do something wrong, then you have to face the music. What about bury the hatchet? Right, what does bury the hatchet mean? Okay, does anyone know what bury the hatchet mean? Okay, so this actually means to just ignore what argument, right? Forget the problem. Bury the hatchet, hide something, not really, okay? Even though the meaning is similar to like hiding something. However, yes, we are trying to hide the problem. Means we put the problem in the past, right? To make peace, yes. To stop fighting, yes. So to stop fighting or arguing, make peace. Okay, so let's say that I have an argument with you, and you say that, oh, you blame me for this, and then I said, oh, it's actually your fault, right? So we keep arguing back and forth, right, with each other. Then once the argument is like ending, and I say, let's bury the hatchet. Okay, let's forget that we actually argue over this and move on. So we become friends again. So we make peace. Bury the problem. Okay, Kit Kat. How about playing second fiddle? What does play second fiddle mean? Right, have anyone heard of this phrase before? Play second fiddle. Okay? Does anyone know what is play second fiddle? Or never hear before? Okay, so playing second fiddle means to be a supporting character, a supporting role. Okay, so sometimes we can say that, oh, because I don't want to play second fiddle to this CCA or something, because I have a really small role. I in speech and drama, right? I don't want to play second fiddle. I want to be the main character. So I want to have my own performance on my own. Okay, hello Ozil. Hello, it's been a really long time, Ozil. Okay, how have you been? Right, hi. The school ended. Okay, it's 3 p.m. already. I'm so scared for PSLE. Definitely, right? Every student would say they are really worried for PSLE. You have CCA, Ozil. Oh, I see. Fia, you said. Fia, are you more afraid for which subject? Is it for English PSLE or in general, like all the subjects of PSLE? Math. Okay, Ozil is worried about math. Chinese and science. I see. Fia, you you are worried about Chinese and science, then means you are confident in English and math, right? That means you think you can ace your English well, right? Math is my nightmare, definitely. A lot of people really afraid of doing math homework. Okay. Bro, mother tongue is the hardest, definitely. There's a lot of students who really struggle with mother tongue the most, right? Mother tongue exams are the ones that a lot of students would face struggles to revise for. But it's okay, you can still start early, right? It's still in we are still in February now. You still have more than half a year to go, right, for your PSLE exams. Okay, so let's see build castles in the air, right? Coming back to this paper. Okay. Building castles in the air is to have plans. Okay, have plans that are unlikely to happen. Because you can't really build castles in the air, right? We usually build it on the ground. So this is why we put this as an idiom to have the same meaning as building castle in the air. This plan is not likely to happen. Okay, it's impossible. PSLE is so scary. Okay. Yes, so over here we have this revision just for you, right? To help you revise more for your PSLE through TikTok so that your attention span can be focused on the lesson as well as answering the questions together with people. You keep thinking about it every day. Oh no, Fia, you shouldn't scare yourself and stress yourself out so early, okay? Right, just take things one at a time and revise at your own pace, right? With ample revision, you will be ready for PSLE. Okay, it's not the end of the world, right? PSLE is just this examination that everyone has to take. Struggling so much in English. Really, Jake? Right? It's okay. Just take more practice, right? And ask any questions you want, right? If you need any questions, feel free to ask away. And Ozil, I think I missed out your comment. Oh, you scored full marks for history essay. Okay, very good. Keep it up, okay? Right, your O levels are this year, right? So you also feel the stress for the major exams. Okay, let's look at question 16 together. Okay, humans have been enjoying fatty foods for some 4 million years. Today, people still prefer animal products to vegan alternatives. Now, though a company called Savor has created an animal-free butter from carbon dioxide that it claims tastes just like the dairy version. Okay, so the first word, right, we see over here is alternatives. Okay, alternatives for question 16. Right, alternatives. Okay, Fia says 1. Hi, Charlene. Charlene has a new profile picture. It's the panda cake. Okay, Fia says 1. What about Jake? Jake fan. Different account, I see, Charlene. Okay, Jake also thinks it's 1. Yes, that is correct. Okay, options, right? Alternatives, options means that there's many to choose from. It's not just one. Okay, alternatives is options. Okay, question 17. Now, though a company called Savor has created an animal-free butter. Okay, created. Right, created. What would the answer be? Okay, call question 17. Created. 1 also, Jake. Very well done. Okay. Invented, right? Created, invented. Okay, Fiat. Great job. 1 is correct for question 17. Let's move on to question 18. The secret ingredient is the same one that makes humans crave cheeseburgers, right? Sometimes you really have food cravings, like, oh, I'm really craving ice cream today. Can't wait to get some ice cream after school, right? Especially on a hot day. So, craving cheeseburgers. So, what would the phrase be when you are craving for something? Right, question 18. Okay, question 18. Jake and Fia, question 18. Okay, Jake says number 4. Very well done. Okay, Jake. Hunger for. Yes. Hunger for. You're craving something, right? So you're hungry for. Okay, Fia says dream of cheeseburgers and bacon. But you're dreaming of it, but you really want to eat it, right? So you actually hunger for it. Okay, so in this case, question number 18, 4 is the more appropriate answer. Okay, let's go on to question 20. Right, this is a bit tricky as well. Okay, let's look at this. It uses special process that pulls carbon dioxide from the air and combines it with other gases to create fat artificially. Okay, create. Okay, question 20. Which of these words have the same meaning as create? Okay, create. Okay, question 20. Okay, Jake and Fia says number 3. Very well done. Okay, produce. Okay, creating is producing. Okay, creating is producing. So for question 20, the answer is number 3. Okay, produce. Is Cher Mitsuko going live today, Sherlyn? It depends, but you can stay tuned later on to see whether there will be a live, okay? Right. Let's skip through visual text because it's a bit hard to go through on TikTok. Okay, let's go on to paper 2. Yes, paper 2. This is grammar clues. Right, grammar clues is actually a very big part of paper 2 as well, right? They are all like small snippets of 10 marks that actually help you build up to your AL score. Right, so it's actually very essential to score every point you can for grammar clues, editing, vocab clues. Right, exams are coming soon, Charlene. Yes, how is your revision going? Okay, Jake says 26 is C. Okay, raising plants can be a fun hobby. It is great to have plants placed around the house. Very good. Okay, Jake, place around the house, right? Do you have plants around the house? Right, everyone is so stressed for PSLE. Jake is so smart. Fia, it's okay. Right, all of us are doing this practice together. You have one plant in your room. Actually, that's really nice. I actually wanted to get a plant for my room as well. Right. However, I just feel like taking care of a plant is quite risky, right? Sometimes you forget to water it. Okay, it's actually a responsibility to care for a plant. Right, so very good. So the preposition you use is like being around, right? The house. All over, right? So they make a room seem more pleasant. Here are blank tips to get started. Yours has a water bowl thing. Oh, so you don't need to water it frequently. I see. But it's still nice though, right? To have a little plant in your room. It gets water automatically, yes. Okay, Yaya Papaya is back. Answer is K. Yes, here are some tips to get started. Right, I give you some tips to get started. You can't play games because of revision, Charlene. Yes, have to work hard on your revision and you can play during your holidays. Right, so let's see. First, choose a small plant that is easy to grow and interesting to watch, like Venus flytraps. Right, for most of the primary school students, you may know what a Venus flytrap is during your science lesson. Right, you learn how they actually capture the bugs. Okay, they have hairy leaves that form traps. Blank touched, the trap closes. Okay, so I see a few answers. F and P. Let me see, what would the correct answer be? Right, the correct answer is actually when touched. Okay, so it means that when you touch it, the trap closes, right? It's not if you touch it, right? If is a possibility. So if you touch it, then the trap closes. However, it's whenever you touch it, the trap will close. Okay, so F or P? Yes, it's a bit tricky. Sometimes for this kind of questions, if you are unsure of what is the answer, you leave it blank first, right? Okay, you can actually leave this blank first if you are unsure whether it's F or P. But you have to remember to go back and fill it in. Okay? Question 29. Always use a good potting soil rather blank dirt to plant your plant. Okay? Rather something. This is a phrase that always comes together. Okay? Rather something. Okay, rather something. L, yaya papaya, yes. Okay, rather than. Right? Rather than dirt. Okay, we always use rather than together. Okay, remember that it is spelled with an A, not an E. Okay, comparison, we use a then. Right? Water your plants only as blank as recommended by the staff at the nursery you bought your plant from. Okay, as blank as recommended. Water your plants, right? So for this case, water is uncountable, which is why we cannot use many, right? We can only use much. Very good. Okay, J is correct. As much as. Where you bought your plant from, not blank. Okay, not blank. What would the answer be for 31? Okay, not blank. Okay, for 31. Yes, K, H. More. That is correct. Okay, so you need water enough, right? Just as much as what they tell you, you shouldn't water more than that. Or else sometimes plants will actually wilt if you water them too much. Right? If you give the plant too much water, you can see that sometimes they actually become very soggy because they absorb too much water. More than enough, right? Question 32. Overwatering can kill a plant? Test the soil with your fingers. Blank, it is damp. Wait. Promise yourself you won't use your phone. Okay, you can use your phone if it's for educational purposes, right? Like watching this TikTok live and answering questions. You will learn on the way. You learn along the way. Okay, so since for students who actually left question 28 blank just now, right? We now know that this answer is if, so 28 definitely will be P. So this is how you identify when to put, right? So if you're unsure of this blank, right, and you come down here, if it is them, yes, okay, then we know that F is definitely not for question 28. Okay, very good. Let's go on to question 33. Okay, chemical insecticides to keep pests away should only be sprayed blank adults. Okay, sprayed blank adults. By, yes. Please do not say spray on the adults or spray to the adults. Okay. Let's see. Question 34. If you have pets, keep them away, blank your plants. Okay, keep them away from your plants. Yes, away from your plants. KE is correct. Let's go on to question 35. Some plants are poisonous, blank pets. Okay, they are poisonous, blank pets. Okay, poisonous to pets. Yes. Okay, they are poisonous to pets. So the pets shouldn't go near the plants, right? Pets may also step all over the plants and destroy them. Yes. So sometimes you can see a lot of videos of like pets actually toppling over people's potted plants, right? And actually destroying the pots as well as the plants. So yes, this is all of the answers for our grammar close, right? Very well done, all correct. Okay, so now we go on to editing. Okay, editing is some of your nightmare and some of your favorites, right? But editing is actually one of the most fun parts of paper too, I would say, right? Because you can spot the error, right? It's like finding the mistake in the question. So, wow, Fia is already going on to question 36. Temperatures, right? We know that it is a spelling error. Okay, the temperatures can soar to 37 degrees. So, Temperatures. Temperatures can soar to 37 degrees. While some of us can escape the heat with staying indoors or by, yes, okay, by staying indoors. Yes, by. Hey, others like construction workers and security guards. Okay, security. How do we spell security? Yes, KSECUR. Right, because secure is spelled like this, so we change it to ITY instead of SECURE because this is security. Okay, moving on to question 39. Fortunately. Okay, fortunately. Right? How do we spell fortunately? Yes, that is correct. FORTUNATELY. Kindergartens, wow, all of you are actually really fast. Right? Really fast in answering all of these. Fia, are you a top student? You everything correct. Maybe Fia just enjoys doing editing the most, right? This is a good revision for everyone also. Okay? So it's very good that you know your spelling, right? But in exam, there is no autocorrect in your keyboard to help you. Okay, so you really need to know this in your heart on how to spell every single alphabet. Okay? Let's see. Encourage children in kindergartens. Okay, we know that kindergarten, right, for students always will spell with a D. However, we know that it's GARTEN. Okay, we follow what they give. They give us with a S, so we have to give with a S. To spread kindness in their community, the children distributed to them working in the sun coconut water to quench. Okay, distributed to blank working in the sun. So, what would the answer for this blank be? Those, yes, Nurul and Fia, that is correct. Okay, those people, right? The children distributed to those people who are working in the sun. Coconut water to quench their thirst, and towels to wipe their perspiration. Okay, how do we spell perspiration? Right, it's like sweat. Okay, another word for sweat. Yes, we learned this in science, right? Perspiration. Perspiration. Okay, take note of the spelling. Moving on to question 43. The items distributed were all sponsored by the Singapore Kindness Movement. The response the children got from the community were heartwarming. Response. Okay, response. So it is was, not were. Okay, still past tense but singular form. A construction worker even did a dance routine for the children. According to the teachers, the pupils that participated in the initiative. Pupils. Which and who? Okay, so is it which or who? Right? I would say it's who because pupils, right? They are still people. We refer them as who. Okay. The organizers' advice to parents hoping to inspire kind in their children is to walk the talk. Okay, inspire kind. We change it to noun form, right? Inspire kindness. Very good. All of you got it right. Okay, kindness. Okay, kindness. Okay. Yes, let me leave the answer here for all of you to take a look first, right? Before we move on to the next segment. Meanwhile, you all can discuss about your anxiety for PSLE. Math is your best subject. Wow. Okay, Jake, you are really worried for math. I believe that most students are actually worried for all of the subjects together, right? But you definitely can have one subject that you're really confident in, and I hope that will be English, right? And we are here to help you for English. Okay, math is not too bad. Wow. Hey, let's just take a while more. Pick a lucky number and put for all. Fia, what is that strategy? I have never heard of it before. Is that for MCQ? That's actually quite scary. You only have 4 numbers to choose from. Because the MCQ allocation is quite evenly distributed, I see. But that's not how it always works, okay? PSLE paper, you still have to study for it and work through the problems logically. 25% chance to get correct. That's a good math. Yes, C for correct. You can't read anything. Why? Is it time issue? Okay, we can look at this comprehension close. Right, let's go on to the next segment. We are at comprehension close. Why is there vocab? It's just words we don't even understand. Yeah, papaya, yes. Vocabulary is actually a really challenging part of the English paper. However, it actually helps you with your composition writing and it actually helps you for your lifelong learning of English language, right? So when you move on to secondary school and even further studies, right, you actually would make good use of the vocabulary that you have learnt in primary school as a strong foundation for your further studies. Okay, Jake is answering the questions already. Wow, you are moving too fast. Let me cut off some of the questions before you continue. Hufflepuffer. Okay, I see everyone is already answering question 46, right? So, are predators bad? Once, a family visiting a national park came across a pack of wolves. Blank a deer. Okay? They sped off to a blank a park ranger to save the deer. Okay, so for compre clothes, right, this is a very important tip. We usually would actually read through at least a few sentences ahead or a few words ahead before we answer the first blank, right? Because sometimes you see they can be said as eating a deer. However, if you see that they can still save the deer, it means that the deer is still on the run, right, to escape. Okay, so it is not devouring or eating for question 46. Okay, but you may want to try again. Right, they are trying to save the deer, means that the deer is escaping, right? Yes, Jake. Okay, so please take note of this. Right, read through the passage before you answer the blanks. Okay, for this is very unpredictable for any answer under the sun can come out for the questions over here. Okay, I see. Chasing. Catching a deer. Okay, wolves do not really catch the deer, right? They capture the deer with like by pouncing on them. So they chase them down, they hunt them down, right? So I wouldn't say catching is a good answer. Pursuing. Okay, I can accept pursuing. Right, they sped off to blank a park ranger. Okay. Find, yes, you look for a park ranger, right? Find a park ranger. Okay, they sped off to find a park ranger to save the deer. Right, you have to look for someone as soon as you can to help to save the deer. Let's see. Instead of rushing off, the ranger tried to blank that the wolves were not doing anything bad. Okay, the ranger tried to blank. Chica says explain. Okay, assure, Hufflepuffer. Explain. Is assure a good answer? Let's see. Okay, explain is correct. However, he's not really assuring the people, right? He's more on telling the people that, oh, this is actually not a bad thing that the wolves are doing. Okay, so I'm just explaining what the wolves are, the actions of the wolves, right? So it's not really assuring the people, not comforting them. Okay, let's see. Next question, 49. Wolves need to blank too. Okay, wolves need to eat too. Yes, they have to eat too. Okay, so if you don't let them chase down the deer, they have nothing to eat. Meat is their natural food, just as leaves are the natural food for deer. For hundreds of thousands of years, they have taken their meat from the wild around them and they only kill what they blank, seldom more. Okay, they only kill what they blank. Need, yes. Okay, so they only kill what they need, seldom more. Okay, need. Very well done. Moving on, we start getting strange ideas of predators since we are very young. From the books we blank. Okay, what do you do with books? Right, very easy. Very straightforward answer for question 51. Okay, books we read. Yes, Pauline and Nuru, that is correct. Right, K and Jake, yes, read. Okay, for books we read. Red Riding Hood was a good girl who was chased by a bad predator, the wolf, which wanted to eat her. Goldilocks was afraid that the papa bear would kill her for breaking into the bear's blank to eat their porridge. Okay? Is it home? Right, in a place, right? The bears. Right, there's actually a difference. Okay? I would say that it is house. Okay, this is a very debated answer. Home versus house. Okay? Home is where you live. So home is where people live in. So you say that, oh, are you going home? But you don't really say, are you going to your house? Right? You're going home. You're going back to where you live. Okay? House is actually a building, right? A physical structure. So we use house for this case because it is their house, right? Home can be anywhere that they stay in. The bear's home can be the forest, right? However, in this storybook, it is the house. So we use house for the answer. House is a noun, home is a noun, sad face, right? Understandable. This is very confusing. Okay, so take note of this. Cave, sure or not, sure. Cottage, wow. Coming up with a lot of different variations for the place they live in. Cottage and cave. For Goldilocks, if you read that variation, I cannot stop you. But for the model answer, right, we will stick to house, right? For the most common written Goldilocks story. Okay, I don't know what version they have right now that has a cave, right? But I believe that they actually lived in a house and ate porridge. So let's see, question 53. Actually, there are blank predators in the world than most people realize. We see this word then, right? We see this word then. So we know that the answer has to be more. Okay? There are more than you know. Right? There are more than you realize. Okay? Hi, fish and chips. You are just in time. We are still at Compre Close, right? Okay? Certainly, for it eats living insects, but do we blank them to be bad? Okay? Do we blank them to be bad? Okay? Consider. Oh, you have CCA. Okay, no worry. Thank you for joining. Okay, consider them to be bad. Yes, consider is correct. Okay. Once, a test was conducted at a place called Kaibat Plateau. Hunters were sent there to kill all the predators so that the deer there would not be preyed upon. Years later, their numbers blanked from 4,000 to 100,000 and they destroyed all the plants in the range. Okay, so question 55, what is the answer? Okay, what is the answer for question 55? How about label? Very good question. However, for label, it means that you are actually labeling and categorizing them under bad. So that is actually a very strong word to use for question 54. We only consider, okay? So we use a slightly less strong word compared to categorize and labeling them as bad. Okay, but for question 55, I see most of you have the correct answer, right? Increased. Okay, you see the number jump, right? It's increased. Okay, numbers grew from 4. Okay, I can accept grew as well. Okay, growing numbers. Question 56. Let's see. People then began to understand that predators had blank to match the number of deer to their food supply. Okay, they have blank to match the number. They have yet to match the number. Okay, let's continue reading first. In another test, the rabbits from Europe were taken and freed in Australia, where they had all the blank they could eat and no natural predators. Right? So they understand something, right? They understand that predators had planned. Papaya, planned. Plan to match the numbers. They don't really plan out, okay? They actually help to match the numbers, right? They helped to match the numbers. Okay, because they are animals, so you cannot really say that the animals come up with a whole plan to match the numbers themselves, but they actually help in a sense. Okay, so the correct answer I would accept is helped. Okay, question 57. Australia, where they had all the blank they could eat and no natural predators. Okay, all the blank they could eat. What can you eat? Right, rabbits. Okay, food. Yes, okay. Very straightforward. All the food they could eat. Question 58. Their numbers increased so much they became the worst blank in Australia as they destroyed the crops of the farmers. Okay? Their numbers increased so much they became the worst blank. They destroy the crops. Okay, what destroy the crops? Okay? Pests, actually. Right, pests. Okay, question 59. Question 59. Okay, farmers then had to spend millions of dollars to blank their crops from the rabbits. Okay, they want to prevent the rabbits from getting it, right? Okay, from, right? So it's protect, very good. Okay, protect their own crops, right? Because the rabbits destroyed all their crops. Okay, so protect is correct. Thus, prey and predator alike fit into a natural world where they have important roles to blank. Okay, important role. You play an important role, right? So the answer for this case will then be play. Yes, Nurul, that's correct. Okay, important roles to play. Okay, there is really no such thing as a good or bad predator. Okay, we are finally at synthesis and transformations. Okay, so let's see the question over here. Siti likes mee siam, but she likes nasi lemak more. Okay, so she would prefer nasi lemak more, right? So nasi lemak more than mee siam. So mee siam only circle. Okay, so Siti prefers nasi lemak to mee siam. That is correct. Okay, let me pin the answer. Siti prefers nasi lemak to mee siam. Okay, question 62. Okay, question 62. You cannot borrow any books if you do not have your library card. Okay, unless, right, unless you have your library card, you cannot borrow any books. Very good. Okay, that's correct. Okay, let's pin this answer unless equals to if not. Very good. Okay, unless you have your library card. You cannot borrow any books. Okay, question 63. Let's see. Ravi won the competition. He trained hard every day. So, Ravi, who won the competition, trained hard every day. Yes. And we also have another variation. Right? We can also switch it to Ravi, who won the competition, so who trained very hard. Hard every day. Won the competition. Yes, so there are two variations to the answer here. Here, I can accept both the variations that y'all gave, right? You can say Ravi who won the competition or Ravi who trained hard every day. Question 64. Okay, this is changing from direct speech to indirect speech. Okay, so over here, let's see. Hi, Kelly. Okay, Mr. Tan reminded the boys not to forget to bring their books. Very well done. Okay, that is correct. So Mr. Tan reminded the boys not to forget to bring Because remind equals to not to. Yes, okay, that's a very good point. Okay, remind not to. Correct. Okay, and our last question for synthesis. Okay, our last question for synthesis and transformation. It was noisy, so the baby woke up. Okay, because of. So this is very straightforward, right? The baby woke up because of the noise. Yes. Okay, that is correct. So the baby the baby woke up because of the noise. Very good. Okay, let me just pin the answer. The baby woke up because of the noise. Wow, the typo. Right, trying to answer as fast as you can. Okay, so in exam, please take note, right, to read the question carefully, because sometimes there's really a lot of traps in S&T as well that you won't see. Got 10 minutes, can do another S&T. Yes, yeah, papaya. Stay tuned, okay? Let me look for another paper for us to do the S&T. Okay, let's see. Right. S&T. Okay, let me scroll down to the S&T part. Have we done this before? Okay, no. Yeah, so here you go. Right, more S&T practices. Since some of you actually struggle with S&T a lot, right, here is a good chance to revise how to do S&T. Okay, question 1. Neither. I did this same S&T yesterday. Oh, really? Okay. Right. That means you can get all of these correct. Okay. Right. Okay, you can get all of these correct. I believe. Neither Nelly's sister nor her father likes lemon, or neither Nelly's father nor her sisters like lemons. Both of you are correct. Okay, both of your answers are correct. It's just depending on who, right? If it's sisters, we use like. If it's father, it is likes. And we switch them to the positive form. Okay, so you have to take note of it, right? When there's neither and both is negative, we change it to likes instead of do not like. Ignore the first subject. Yes, very good. This applies to the MCQ as well, okay? Moving on to question 2, right? Okay, unless. Another unless question, right? It seems that it's very popularly tested in exams. Okay, so make sure you can get all the questions for unless correct, right, for your S&T. That saves you 2 marks less to worry about. Yes, unless your parents submit a special request, you cannot leave earlier than scheduled. Alright, yes, that is correct. Okay, unless your parents submit a special request, you cannot leave earlier than scheduled. Okay, question 68. The furniture. Okay, the furniture. The furniture are being moved by the workers. Wow, yeah, Papaya is doing question 9 already. Wrong question, yes. Okay. Is being moved to the basement. Okay, furniture can actually mean singular or plural. Right, it can actually mean singular or plural. So is or are is actually a debatable answer to use. Okay, it can either be is being moved or are being moved. Okay. By the workers is optional. No, it is not optional, okay? You have to use by the workers because the workers are in the question. You cannot just eliminate the workers. You have to use the workers, okay? It's a must. Yes, okay? So the furniture is being moved or are being moved to the basement or by the workers, right? By the workers. Okay, please do not remove any part of your question from your answer, okay? It's very important you don't miss it out. Okay, because this is an essential point that they are testing you for. Okay, so take note of this, right? Next question, the speech. Okay, changing the direct to indirect speech. Okay, Madhu asked her brother if. Okay, we see this past tense, so we know that our answer had to be past perfect. Okay, if he had thrown out the leftovers, like she had told him to. Okay, had thrown, had told. Okay, this is a very tricky question. There is two things you have to change to past perfect. Okay, had thrown and had told. Yes, very good. Okay, so you see, sometimes even if you actually done the paper before, right, you may still be prone to making a slight careless mistake. Okay, so it doesn't really guarantee 100% correct, right? So with more practice, right, you can actually hone this to a 99% correct, right? 99% accuracy. Yes, okay, like she had told him to. And last question before we end our live today. Okay, with Mr. Lau's permission, we were able to have the barbecue. Yes, that is correct. Okay, with Mr. Lau's permission, we were able. Okay, we were able. Okay, it's not we would be, but we were really able to do it. Okay, because it would not been able, right? So if you are able to, it just means that, oh, we were able to. So we had to look at the opposite. Okay, you really have to take note of switching the meanings to the opposite meaning, right? It can really be really tricky. Yes, and that is all for our lives today. Okay, thank you for joining our live and answering all the questions. I hope you learned something new, right? Take note of this. Okay, bye bye everyone. Bye Yaya Papaya. Good job on answering all the questions, right? Okay, all the best for your revisions. See you soon.